You know, I used to think words were the most dangerous weapons. Words so easy to throw around, so hard to take back. But funny thing, I realized, words, they're overrated. People don't listen. Not really. They pretend to listen, nod their heads, maybe give you a pity smile, but they're too busy rehearsing their own lines to hear yours. So I stopped talking, stopped explaining, and guess what? That's when they started paying attention. Silence. Oh, silence. It's a beautiful thing. It's loud in its own way, you know? Makes people squirm, wonder what you're thinking, what's going on in that little head of yours. Drives them crazy. And me? I like crazy. You see, words, they're cheap. Anyone can spit out promises or shout empty threats. They scream, they cry, they beg, but it's all so predictable. But silence? Silence is the loudest thing there is. It's the aftermath of a storm, the calm after the wreckage. It's the moment they realize that no matter how much they scream at you, there's nothing left to say. And you've mastered that silence, haven't you? But let me tell you something. That silence, it isn't just for them. Oh no, it's for you too. Because while they drown in the echoes of what they've done, you're going to learn to build something in that quiet. A fortress, a weapon, a version of yourself that doesn't need their validation. See, the world doesn't care about you. I know that's harsh, but don't worry, it's not personal. The world doesn't care about anyone, and that's your power. You owe it nothing, and it owes you nothing. So stop waiting for the apology that's never coming. Stop expecting justice in a world that thrives on chaos. Stop begging for the scraps of kindness from people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared tomorrow. You think they'll miss you? No, not right away. At first, they'll celebrate. They'll toast to the absence of your voice, the weight of your expectations lifted off their shoulders. But oh, give it time. That silence you've left behind, it'll start to itch. It'll creep into their heads like a splinter they can't pull out. They'll lie awake at night, replaying every word they said, every moment they pushed you away, every time they looked at you and saw something less than human. And they'll start to wonder, what if? Right now, that's the beauty of silence. It doesn't just haunt them, it infects them. It makes them question everything they thought they knew. And that's when you win. Not by shouting, not by screaming, but by disappearing. You're going to rebuild yourself, piece by bloody piece. And when they finally notice, when they realize that you've become something they can't touch, something they can't destroy, they'll regret every single second they spent tearing you down. But don't do it for them. Don't rise from the ashes just to prove them wrong. Do it because you've got nothing left to lose. Do it because the person they broke doesn't exist anymore. Do it because you owe it to yourself to become something more than their victim. You think this pain will last forever? It won't. Oh, it'll leave scars, sure. But scars are reminders, not prisons. They're proof that you survived something that was meant to destroy you. Wear them proudly, because every time they look at you, they'll see those scars and remember what they did. And that's when the silence starts to scream. But don't do it for them. Don't rise from the ashes just to prove them wrong. Do it because you've got nothing left to lose. Do it because the person they broke doesn't exist anymore. Do it because you owe it to yourself to become something more than their victim. You think this pain will last forever? It won't. Oh, it'll leave scars, sure. But scars are reminders, not prisons. They're proof that you survived something that was meant to destroy you. Wear them proudly because every time they look at you, they see those scars they did. And that's when the silence starts to scream. But don't go back to them. Don't give them the satisfaction of closure. Let them live in the wreckage of what they destroyed. Let them choke on the memories of what they lost. Let them drown in the silence you've left behind. You think revenge is about getting even? No, revenge is about moving on. It's about becoming so untouchable, so unstoppable, that their existence becomes meaningless to you. That's the real power. That's the real victory. But it's not going to be easy. Oh no. They try to pull you back. They'll whisper sweet nothings. Promise change. Beg for forgiveness. Don't fall for it. They haven't changed. They never will. Because people like them. They feed on weakness. They thrive on the cracks in your armor. But you're not weak anymore, are you? Remember, you're silent. Silence, my dear friend. Let them talk. Let them lie. Let them scream into the void, hoping for a response that'll never come, even when they couldn't see it. So take a breath, stand up, walk away, leave the even when they couldn't see it. So take a breath, stand up, walk away, leave the ghosts behind. Let the silence do the talking, and watch as it haunts them for the rest of their miserable lives. Because your silence, it will hurt them more than your words ever could. Most people can't handle silence. It eats at them, tears them apart from the inside out. They need noise. They need distractions. They need something, anything, to drown out the thoughts in their own heads. That's why they talk so much. Why they fill every room, every moment, every second with their voices. Because the moment it gets quiet, they're forced to face the one thing they've been running from their entire lives: themselves. But you're not afraid of silence anymore. Not after what they've done to you. Not after the way they tore through your life, leaving you to pick up the shattered pieces. Silence is your home now, your refuge. And that scares them more than you could ever imagine. Think about it. Think about the way they used to look at you, with pity, with disdain, like you were less than them. They thought their words could break you, that their opinions could define you, that if they just pushed hard enough, you'd crumble into dust. But you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Because silence, it's not just the absence of sound, it's the absence of them.